Happy Monday. This is going to be a crazy show with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Fetterman, Candace Owens, Tucker, and a few others. Let's dive right in. Welcome to The Ripple Effect. So to start off with, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'd hate to say I told you so, guys. I would hate to say I told you so, but I can't tell you that I told you so because I've only had a channel for a short time. But I did tell my family and friends so when I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene originally, going in as a congresswoman. I thought she was nuts. There was something very off-putting about her from the very beginning. Her whole campaign, her style, the way she was supporting Trump, everything about her was absolutely garbage. And I knew it from the very beginning. It was just off. You could tell there was something off about that woman. It was crazy. But then, obviously now we can tell that's going crazy. And it's all like you can only bring a crazed dog close to you for so long before it starts to bite you. And that's the thing. Since the Trump party and all that stuff embraced her so much, now she's turning on them, and she's going on CNN and all these other places and just getting the fawning attention. Oh, Marjorie, you're so amazing because now you're saying the bad things about the people that we don't like, and so we're just going to fawn all over you. Like no one can see that coming. Okay, please. Anyone on the conservative side that starts going off and yelling at the conservative side is going to start getting fawning attention from the left. Is just sickening. It's disgusting. And Marjorie is just doing it for her own attention. And the crazy thing that's throwing me off of this whole thing is there's now this like pseudo MAGA party that's developing with the right, where people are very much aligning themselves with this anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, anti-Trump, everything that we would consider as normal conservatism type things. But then they want to wrap it around this idea of, well, we're Christians and so Christians and da, da, da. And I'm so fed up with it. I'm tired of it. I'm disgusted by it. The same thing garbage that Nick Fuentes is out there saying, or he's a super great Christian supposedly. Tucker Carlson's supposedly a super great Christian. All these other people are supposedly super great Christians, except they're not. And you can see it by how their actual physical actions and the things that they're doing. And how dare they use the name of God in defense of all their garbage that they're doing. There's a total difference between using the principles and guidance from the God's word and helping people be better and helping reach people for the Lord, helping people to be saved, to have an eternal home in heaven, and using it to defend all the garbage that you have going on in your life. And this is what they're doing. They're saying, all of a sudden now I have religion with regards to Trump. Oh, okay, well, he's Epstein, blah, 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 blah. He said there's no proof that he is involved with the Epstein stuff whatsoever. There's some emails back and forth between Epstein about accusing him of stuff. And let's be frank. If Trump is found out to be a part of Epstein stuff, he should be punished. He should. I'm the only one who says, because I stand on the Bible, I don't care who they are. If they've done bad things, they should be punished. That's how that works. But her deciding to use that now is so hypocritical, knowing had Trump been saying whatever she wanted, she would have defended him to the end. But because he turned on her, just like she had turned on him, she just can't stand it. And there's nothing worse than a woman scorned, literally. It's been crazy. Now, tariffs, I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of talk about tariffs right now because there was a statement from the White House saying that tariffs were anti-inflationary. And there's a lot of conservative media out there supporting this and saying, quoting the thing from the White House. The problem is, I was listening to the actual explanation of what's going on with the tariffs and why it's anti-inflationary. Well, it's kind of anti-inflationary, but you have to go a long way before you get there. Basically what happens is you have to destroy the country. The country has to be falling apart. People have to have no money. And because people have no money, they're not spending any kind of money, then the inflation goes down. So basically you have to destroy the country. But hey, if you destroy the country, tariffs are not anti-inflationary. And here's my point is I'm not even 100% against tariffs. And they have a purpose and they have a reason. But we have to understand that they have a reason and that we need to use them for the reason that they're there for and be done. Use them for the purposes that they're supposed to be used for, and then call it. Be done. They're not just on their own good things. And that's the problem is when Trump goes off and he says these things, he pretends like they're good things, and then wants to buy out people with the $2,000, but only if you're poor. The rich can't have it. Again, it's like it's all this. It's just a buyout. Stop, Trump. Stop. You did so good. You can do so good and so well. Let's just stop. Stop with the buyouts. Stop with the give outs. Stop with the lies about the tariffs. Say that they have a purpose. They may hurt while we're doing them, and fine, cool, I get that. But don't lie about it. Please don't lie about it. Next is the Fetterman effect. I'm calling it the Fetterman effect, and I think it's interesting. And this is the kind of the spot where I wanted to go with this is Christians, right? And conservatives are let me rephrase that. Christians are primarily conservative, true Christians, that is. And why is it that people are coming out so openly in support of Fetterman from the right, from the conservative side of the aisle? And it comes down to the fact that we are humane. We are humane, right? We believe in the sanctity of life. The same reason why we don't like abortion is the same reason why we wouldn't want someone to suffer. And someone like Fetterman falling down and hurting himself, it bothers us. It should bother us. It should bother you. Even if they're on the other side, it should bother you when people are hurting. Now, you know how I know that this is true of conservatives with regards to lefties in almost every single case? Because I can remember back when Biden was going through all his health problems and he was stumbling and falling and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, we felt like legitimately bad for him. We weren't just saying it for a tactic to use against him. And I'm sure there were people that were doing that. But we actually legitimately felt bad for him because what he was going through at the time and what they were putting him through for the sake of keeping power, it was abusive. We understood it as being abusive. We didn't like the fact that they were forcing him to stay in office through all of his troubles, and kind of find out he was fighting cancer and all kinds of other stuff. And we felt bad for it. And there was a reason why it bothers us and it doesn't bother the left when it's the same, the foot's on the other side. It's because the left have pulled themselves so much out of the humane with their humanism, which is not the same. They pulled themselves out of the humane so much that they can cry for a hurt puppy, but then tear a baby out of the womb and have no problem with it. When you lose the reason why life is valuable because it's given by God, and I say this all the time, and there's a reason why I say it in a specific way. We are created in the divine image of God. Why do I say it that way? I'm sure some people are saying, why does he say that way every time? Because there's a divine God. There's a God who is divine, right? That means he is God. He is the God, the creator. And he created us in his image. We are created in his image to serve him, to love him, to want to know him. And part of that is drawing near to him in love and compassion. After we've accepted him into our hearts, we understand all that he's done for us by dying on the Calvary. We understand how valuable every human life is. And the left just cannot comprehend that, because if you say you're made out of nothing and you just happened by accident, how can you truly have compassion for someone else? And this is why the Fetterman effect is so happening here, where people are commenting underneath him saying, hey, I'm praying for you. I hope you feel better. Now, I think that he's tremendously flawed. And obviously, I understand that he doesn't have the same beliefs like I do. And that he votes 100% with the lefties. I get it. But at the same time, we can understand the value in a human life. Now, I couldn't really find something fun. So I found something fun-ish or funny. And I think it's funny how the pseudo fake right that's coming up now is outing themselves. So Candace Owens, immediately it seems after Tucker outs himself with Nick Fuentes, is now outing herself with Myron Gaines. I had no idea who Myron Gaines was, which again, I had no idea who really Nick Fuentes was really until this whole thing happened. And this says a lot that these people are platforming them and they're getting notoriety out of it. This is the point, guys. This is the point. You're outing yourself by who you're inviting, and then you get upset with us for showing it, pointing it out. That's the funny part. So Nick Fuentes says he loves Hitler, and he says it many times. You're like, oh, he's joking, whatever. No, he is telling the truth. He 100% believes it, okay? And here's Tucker bringing him out here in open arms, embracing him, outing himself as who he is. Tucker is an anti-Semite. He is basically a racist at this point, if you're embracing Nick Fuentes. All of this. And then Candace defending Tucker and defending Nick Fuentes and all that stuff. And then she outs herself with Myron. Myron said, and there's a literal tweet from him that says he loves Hitler and that Hitler was a revolutionary leader that saved Germany. Now, what the funny part is, sure, he was a revolutionary leader. I don't think in the sense that he means it, but then saved Germany. I thought that was the wildest thing. Literally, the reason why Germany didn't take over the world was because of Hitler. I mean, had they been a little bit less crazy, they might have been able to take over a few countries and they might have gotten away with it. Seriously, no. He ended up destroying Germany and it had to be rebuilt by the Western powers. This is crazy. And these are the people, they're outing themselves, guys. They're outing themselves. For all the people in my comments that will say, Candace is so awesome, and they'll go off on it. They're outing themselves, guys. Whoever you bring on, whoever you're platforming, whoever you're trying to hang out with, those are who you are. Unless you're like some weird investigative reporter who's trying to out people, that's who you are. And the way you softball them, and I'm going to call it right now, you're going to watch this interview with Myron, and you're going to tell that she is totally down with it because he's an anti-Semite. Now, some quick facts real quick. Tucker is losing sponsors because he was embracing racism and anti-Semitism. I'm actually excited to hear this because it seemed like that there was no standing up against these guys, that they were just going to start taking over. And there was people in my comments, all the groypers are going, oh, we're going to take over and all that stuff. And maybe a little bit of you is like believing it. But apparently it seems like it's not going to happen. There is some sanity still out there where sponsors are saying, we don't want to be part of this nut stuff. We don't want to be part of this. Nope, we're done with this. We don't want to be part of this. And he's losing sponsors because of it. And that's a good thing. If you're saying things that are wicked, that are wrong, and that are horrible, and if you're supporting people that are wicked, wrong, and horrible, you should lose your money. You should be outed. It's just part of it. Sorry, guys. There has to be a line that you can't cross. There has to be. Now, in good news, the U.S. Marshal Service rescued 122 children from predators in a recent mission across different parts of the U.S. And I'm like, finally, we're getting some positive stories, and we know just how much, and this is the thing, is people think that slavery is gone for a long time, but it's not. Slavery is now, there's more people, supposedly, there's more people in slavery now than at any one point in history because of just how many people our children are being trafficked, how many women are being trafficked, how much this stuff is going on. But I think it was like a 2-week period, 122 children were rescued. I cannot imagine how wonderful that feels for them, for those marshals to be able to come and rescue them. And again, at the moment, it's got to feel horrible to see what they're going through. But to be able to rescue them from those people, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, U.S. Marshals. Keep going. Keep going. Keep rescuing them. Now, we've been doing really well. We're at 83 subscribers, and if you want to be part of the slowest growing new conservative voice podcasts in America, please join up and join us as we try to we're on our way to 100 subscribers. I really enjoy doing this, and I really enjoy seeing the comments, and I hope that it's reaching people out there, and I hope that you get to a chance to reach someone today. The E1R1 project, just everyone reach one, and it's that simple. We just reach one person a day. I had a great conversation today with one of my coworkers, and it was so nice to encourage him and to push him forward, and that's what we have to do, guys. That's what we have to do. We just have to reach one person every day. Just go out and reach one person. And if you like the message of just reaching one person, that's going to be my theme forever. If you just like that message, please share this podcast with someone else. Put my videos out there so people can see them. Please share it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And even the comments, they help. They honestly really, really do. So even if you just comment American flag or something, it doesn't matter. If you just comment one thing, it helps tremendously with the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Ripple Effect.